Hello everyone, this is a video about the color mod, and in this video I'm going to be explaining in more detail what I've done in this latest update to the mod, which is also the first update to the mod. So if you've never heard of this mod before, it's my first mod I've ever made, and it's basically a mod where it adds 6 ores containing the essence of color. You throw that essence into a furnace, you refine the essence, and then you can use it to craft stuff like picks and axes and all sorts of stuff, like basically everything you see here. 5 shades of block in a particular color. There are 14 colors if you count grayscale as a color, white through black, and you can make all this armor and all these tools here. And now, in this latest update, I've added slabs, and that's pretty cool. And of course, they do become double slabs, and they work just like regular slabs. And if you middle-click them, you'll actually get a double slab, unlike with vanilla slabs, where if you place like 2 like this, you just get this, the half slab. And I kind of just did this for convenience purposes. So yeah. You might also wonder why this update, after how long it's been since the initial release, has only slabs, and that's it. And it's because I am a beginner modder, and I had no idea what I was really doing when it came to like adding the slabs, and I also kept getting busy with other things. But now I understand how slabs work, and in general how metadata and block states and all sorts of modding stuff works, so that's good. And I intend to work on stairs next for the next update, and I think that's going to go a lot faster because I've learned a lot from doing this, a whole lot. So yeah, hopefully all the next updates not take nearly as long. Now, I've also done a bunch of code cleanup in this version. I've fixed a couple of bugs, like there was this thing where if you had like a block of, I think it was, where was it? Block of, like one of the shades of blue. I think it was like these two. Like the block of light blue and the block of lighter blue, their little icons both had the block of lighter blue on there, so that as an item they look the same, even though when placed down they're different. So yeah, I fixed a couple of things like that. Those were all just like model problems. Like the .json files for the models, I typed in the wrong word and a couple things like that, so I fixed all that. I've also like shortened the code, and sort of optimized it a bunch to make it compliant with 1.8.9 stuff. It's a lot more efficient now, I think. And this update with the slabs will be ported to 1.9. It's currently only available for 1.8.9 as of the time I'm making this video, but I'm gonna port it to 1.9 pretty quickly, and that shouldn't take too long, because all I have to do is just rewrite all the model files. And speaking of which, the next update, which will contain probably stairs, will only be for 1.9 because of the whole model files format being sort of changed up, and I don't think that the older ones are forwards compatible. And once I start working on the 1.9 version, I'm not going to support the older versions anymore. Now, currently Minecraft Forge for 1.9 is out, and I don't know if you heard that. That was my computer making a notification, but anyway, there's going to be Forge for 1.9.4 coming out fairly soon, and I think I'm going to support both of those versions, because I don't really think there's anything changed between them. In fact, I think that 1.9 mods might just run in 1.9.4 with hardly changing anything at all, so yeah. Another reason I will not be supporting 1.8.9, or 1.8 for that matter, in the next update is because of the 1.9 changes to tools and armor stuff, and I want to sort of rebalance these. And I'm kind of thinking of the idea where, like, my color swords would be able to swing a lot faster than regular swords, but they would also do less damage and break quicker. And some other things, like adding shields and stuff. So yeah, in this update, you can see there's a new slab tab here with all the slabs. And I've also sort of recolored the tabs here to go red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. in the future, like, there'll be a stairs tab and some other stuff. And what I plan to add in the next update are the following. Stairs, which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I already did slabs, and I think they might actually be easier to code in, and I've learned a lot, as I've said. I want to add fences, and then I want to add glass panes. Well, not glass panes, I mean like transparent colored blocks, and also want to add full transparent colored blocks and transparent colored block slabs, so something that the glass doesn't have. And I'd also like to add, in addition to that, the where are they? The like walls, in addition to like the stairs, so you can add both kinds of textures with the colored blocks. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I'm also thinking of like adding like colored bows. I mean, if I'm gonna add like colored shields and armor and all that, I might as well add the bows too. And maybe I'll add colored arrows just for fun. I mean, they're kind of pointless, you know. Now, I have like said in the past that I might add like the light and the dark variants of the colors of armor. You know, so you'd have like dark green armor and stuff. But I don't really know. It's kind of a lot of work to make all those textures, and I don't really know if anyone really needs that many colors of armor. I mean, when I made this mod, I wanted to make sure that I didn't go overboard with the variety, so that's why I went with like the 5 shades: 2 dark ones, 2 light ones, and a normal, because I think that provides a good enough range of shades. So I thought by putting out a little sort of sign display thing would make it kind of easier to explain. Basically, the current update, the 1.1 update, will be out for 1.9 soon, and will not be backported to 1.8, mainly because of a lot of the functions I'm using in the code are 1.8.9 and 1.9 only. And I think most mods have already been ported to 1.8.9 at this point, so yeah. And basically, this update just adds slabs, as I've said, although a lot's changed inside the code. And in the next update that I'm going to start working on once this video is finished, I'm going to add stairs, fences, and walls, bows, and shields, probably. I'll rebalance the tools and weapons for 1.9 and all the armor and stuff, and I'll add transparent colored basically everything. And then, in the future beyond that, once I finish that, which will probably be sometime from now, I'm gonna try and learn how to do liquids and light source blocks, which, like, you know, glowing blocks basically, and maybe also add transparent colored armor and tools and stuff. Although I guess I could do that here, but yeah. And finally, I think that after that, the mod will basically be complete as far as everything I can think of wanting to add to it. I do think I'd like to go and try to make some expansion mods for it, for those who want even more colorful stuff. Like, for example, a mod that adds a color dimension, where there's, like, biomes of different color, and there's, like, red cobblestone and red stone and like red leaves and basically everything red, and then there's another biome with yellow everything, and also mobs too, because I'd like to experiment with doing entities and things like that, and that would be a fun project for me to work on, and maybe some people would be interested in that. I'm also thinking maybe another mod that adds like special blocks with patterns on them, like gradient blocks where it transitions from red to orange, and you know, that'd be a whole lot of blocks to add, so it'd be one of those really big expansion pack mods, only for those of us who really, really, really like to have a lot of possibilities with all the blocks, I guess. And finally, one of the most ambitious, I think, ideas is the colored components idea, which would basically add the ability to color redstone, and I've sort of made a mock-up of how it would work. If you imagine that this red wool represents regular redstone dust, and this represents colored redstone dust that's been combined with the color essences, basically, this is a power source here. And this regular redstone will power colored redstone, and colored redstone will transfer power onto regular redstone. So as you can see, this lamp is lit. Ignore the torch. This is just a mock-up. And as you can see, it powers this as well, directly. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, when you place a wire next to a lamp, that's not actually how it works. Hang on, let me fix that. In reality, it would be like that. Nope, like that. There we go. Okay, so if you imagine this is a wire, then it would power that. Now, if you have like orange colored redstone, it will not be powered or transfer power to like yellow colored redstone, because their colors are too different. But if you have like yellowish orange, it will be able to receive power from this, and vice versa, and so this lamp can get powered. And then this, because it's close to orange, can power that. And so you can go from yellow to orange by having this transition area right here. And actually, this is also incorrect. There we go. The redstone, like, dust, if this was redstone dust, would have to be pointing into that. And actually, now that I think about it, these lamps are placed one block too high. But never mind, you know what I mean. And another thing is that, as you can see here, redstone dust, normal redstone dust will connect to each other like this. And so as you can see, these lamps aren't powered. But if this redstone dust is pointing into there, this one will get powered, and this one gets weakly powered by that lamp right there. But basically, in my mod, if you imagine that these are redstone. Huh. I wonder how I'm going to texture that to distinguish it from that. I'll probably have to come up with a whole different texture design or something. Because redstone. Right, that sounds redundant. But anyway, if you power this, it'll turn on the lamp. And if you power this, it'll turn on the lamp. And so as you can see, you can actually have... Oops, my mouse went off the screen here for a second. As you can see, you can have the lines go side by side without interfering with each other. But if you have like two lines like these, they will connect to each other, just like the redstone does like this. And so if I like power these, neither of the lamps are going to come on. And if you're wondering why you hear pistons, because I created a bunch of redstone for this thing to create this sort of mock-up, and then for this one, I created a whole mock-up for it, and then I realized that there's not a case in which these lamps are ever going to turn on, so I wasted time making all that redstone contraption underground. But anyway, this would help for being able to have two lines of redstone going next to each other without them interfering, as well as for sort of color coding your redstone even more so than you already can do with that and with wool blocks and stuff. And also for, I guess, more complex logic circuits, because the colored redstone would connect to regular redstone, but different colors wouldn't always connect to each other if they weren't close enough on the color wheel. So yeah, that's basically my plans for the color mod and its expansion packs I plan to make. This is essentially, as I think I've already said, a mod that I've basically made to learn how to make mods, and I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you enjoy playing with it. So yeah, this has been Super Genius Seb, and I'll thank you all for watching. Goodbye!